If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
The following segment sponsored by The Token Team.
The CEO of The Token Team is here with us, and we're live. We're streaming. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. And on AM 970, The Answer. 50,000 watts screaming out in New York City, all across the tri-state area, but all around the world, all around the United States of America on AM970theanswer.com, if you would. John Tabacco, Wall Street veteran. Johnny, how are you, brother? You looking
Joe,
dapper? Look at you.
You know, I got to step up my game every week when
Look
I
at
come
you.
in here. A
Look
little
at-
disappointed last week. Catulo was in the high bar shirt. He was looking all
I got some poison oak problems, so I don't want to
He's
mess
dealing
up
with
the
some
shirt.
oak.
He didn't want to ruin the show.
Morano
But look at
looks
Frankie.
fine. He
How about
looks
that,
on
huh?
Finally.
fleek today in
Thank
his
you. Thank you very
pink
much.
high bar. And
Five
I got to
boroughs.
step up my game when I come in here. I know you're always
I got more
top of the heap.
compliments on that shirt. More compliments on that shirt. What a beautiful shirt. People would just tell me that high bar shirt. They thank you for that. That is
Even
great.
when we saw Scaramucci at David Burke's thing,
Yeah.
he was saying how much he loved your shirt. He saw the stream that morning.
He did. He said that.
Yeah.
Anthony said that.
Tell the mooch to come on down. We'll get
All
him.
right.
We'll get him a high bar.
And Roger.
He'll be our spokesperson for 10 days.
Roger, listen, listen. Anthony's a great dresser. He would look good in that, and Roger Stone as well. Can you send Roger?
I want to
one?
make Stone's list. I mean, every year I'm trying my best. Every time I see him, I put on my best suit, my pinstripes, I do my hair. And every year I listen to the list. I'm never on it.
Why don't you? Well, let's send Roger a shirt. You listen. The government may come after you for Russian collusion.
Joe, one thing I know how to do is sales. I'll handle Roger.
Spends hours on his hair, and then he hits it. You know.
Hey, tell us about the tariffs. With the president going after the Chinese on tariffs, this is a negotiation, no?
We talked about this last week, Joe. These are all standard negotiating tools. You set the parameters. We're going to hit you with huge tariffs. Okay, now maybe we'll exempt you from a few. We're going to hit you with some more, then they come back. This is negotiating. Our leaders for years have been made fools of on the national stage because they're not businessmen. Barack Obama never had a paying job his entire life until he became president, other than an elected official. He had no business experience. You got guys in the Senate who are veterinarians. They're not businessmen.
Yeah,
Donald Trump
yeah.
made worldwide global deals. He knows how to negotiate with the best of them. And these tariffs, they're talking about, oh, China put $50 billion in tariffs. This is a thimble in the ocean, $50 billion.
Yeah.
And everybody's, especially Frankie Five Boroughs over here, his hair's on fire over the potential tariffs from China on whiskey. Or as Frankie would say, whiskey. Right? The total U.S. exports to China on whiskey are $12 million, up from $1 million in 2004. So I don't think we're going to get hurt that bad with tariffs on our American whiskey, and let the Chinese suffer a little bit. They're hurting already. Otherwise, they wouldn't have sent Kim Jong-un to the negotiating table to calm Trump down.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, tariffs, I'm a free market capitalist.
The Chinese sent Kim
It's
Jong-un.
not in my DNA to love tariffs, but the way Trump is wielding them for negotiating power, as far as I'm concerned, it's working. And look at our economy. We're just nibbling up on potentially 4% growth. When the Obama administration was saying how we can barely stay at 1 to 1.25, and Trump has nearly tripled that in a year and a half.
Amazing. What about separating kids, John? I know you wanted to chat about that a little bit on the
man. Look, there's something I wanted to read from you, Joe, right from one of your favorite lefty organizations, the American Civil Liberties Union. Obtained thousands of government documents showing evidence of pervasive abuse and neglect of unaccompanied immigrant children detained by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection during the Obama presidency from 2009 to 2014. This is the ACLU. Now you ever watch Morning Joke? I call it Morning Joke on MSNBC. I watch in the morning to get my blood boiling. You ever see Mika on there crying about this separation of children? It was happening for years under Obama, and the ACLU said that there was pervasive neglect under Obama. I wanted to say, when I was a kid and I played sports, used to bang my elbow, my father would say, how does it feel? I would say, well, it hurts if I bend it. He would say, good, don't bend it. Yeah. The same thing applies to, you don't want your kids to get taken away from you at the border. Simple thing. Don't take your kids to the border.
Yeah.
You know they're going to get taken away. So these people are going there with the intent of having their children separated from them. They get sent back. They hope their kids will stay there, and they'll get 3 meals a day. They'll get education.
More than they ever had in the country they came
parents
from.
are bringing them there for daycare, basically. And this is not to sound insensitive, but
No,
the
we
parents
hear you.
are sane people. They're bringing their kids to the border. There's a huge sign up there saying, you will be separated from your children upon entry, and they enter. So if you don't want to have your kid taken away from you, go back.
Don't you think the president should go, sure, okay, we're not going to separate families. We're going to keep you all together, and we're sending you back to your country. Simple as that.
It's
okay,
one
sure.
or the other. How about, there's a little U-turn. You want to get separated from your kids? No? Okay, make a U-turn right here. Go back that way.
Simple as
It's
that.
simple.
And what's worse, I said this all morning long. You see a kid watching the parent handcuffed. What if and chances are a lot of the folks coming in are criminals. They're going to be handcuffed. They're going to be fingerprinted. They're going to be mugshot. You want your kid to watch you. It's like if someone in America commits a crime.
Joe, if any one of us American citizens commits a crime,
Boom.
and our children
Boom,
happen
boom.
to be there,
Yeah.
we're going to get handcuffed in front of our children.
Yeah.
And these, like the New York Times takes these perfect shots where you see just the kid crying. Do we know? The person was probably a criminal. Otherwise, our border enforcement people wouldn't just arrest people wantonly.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. They're
Johnny,
getting arrested.
before we go into high bar shirts, cryptocurrency. What? Would you Bitcoin? You into that now? That tells me right now not to even.
Sometimes referred to as the king of coins because I'm really into the coins and the tokens. But as I noted last week, it's a time to be very careful. There's a great deal of value in cryptocurrency. There's a great deal of value in securities tokens. It's a new and emerging way for people to exchange assets in a peer-to-peer environment. But there's a lot of regulation that's still needed around this stuff. SEC's doing a great job. I think Bitcoin right now, it's at 6-month lows. I'd be wary of buying it here, but I'd keep an eye on it to diversify my portfolio going forward.
What's it backed up by? Anything?
No, Joe, come on. Don't say that.
Because
it's not
like the
backed
dollar
up by anything.
and the dollar's not backed up by anything.
Dollar's not backed up by
got
anything.
it,
And
got
people say, Bitcoins are used for criminal enterprises. The last I checked, every drug dealing organization in the world deals in USD. So, people deal in, do illegal things with US dollars. The bad actors are always going to act bad.
High bar shirts, man. Give it to us. What do you
know
got?
what? We're still in the middle of an overwhelming onslaught of orders under the Piscopo and Morano promo code. We'll have some stats in weeks to follow, but things are going well. High Bar, as you know, is made in America, and by going on this show, you're cutting into any profit that I may have because you keep nominating other people to get free shirts. So now I got Stone and Scaramucci will be hunting me down for a shirt, so I got to get them out
come on,
to them
come
right
on.
away.
The Mooch and Roger Stone. Oh, I think
Mooch
it's
will
great.
only wear it for 10 days.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
High Bar is, as you know, made in America, made in the USA.
Sorry, what city? What city?
Newark, USA.
Oh, you love it, man.
hometown.
You know, that's great. Johnny, thank you. John Tobacco, thank you.
Joe, thank you.
CEO of
Great
the
seeing you
Token
guys.
Team and High Bar Shirts. Don't forget, highbarshirts.com, right? Highbarshirts.com. And then
highbarshirts.com.
you could use the promo code HBJP for 20% off.
That's right.
Thank you, Johnny.
Everybody knows this guy. Now, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.